everybody, and today we're gonna do something a little bit different in Warframe. I'm gonna be doing a review today. This is gonna be something new I'm gonna start doing on my channel. I'm gonna start reviewing in certain Warframe. I'll also review some of the weapons I use with the frame. Like, I'll review all these weapons, and then I'll eventually give you guys my build for the frame, including the weapons build. That's pretty much what we're gonna do. Don't worry, the player's guide's still gonna be around. And Minecraft's still gonna stay. Everything's gonna stay around. This is just something new I'm adding to the channel because I want to do more Warframe stuff. And this thing, Equinox, is amazing. So let's get into it. Hello. So basically, Equinox's first ability is called Metamorphosis, and it pretty much allows her to switch between her day and night forms. And basically, if you count Metamorphosis as 2 different abilities, she has 8 abilities. Because they do 2 different things basically in each form. But I count as 7. Because I really can't count Metamorphosis as different abilities. But let's go over day form first, just because that is my absolute favorite. So, her second ability in her day form is Rage. That will make the enemies more vulnerable, because as day form is all about increasing your damage amount, how much you can output, everything like that. Well, basically it makes it able so you can do more damage to them. I'm not sure exactly what stat it's lowering or anything like that. It's gotta be lowering some sort of stat, maybe like armor, or making it so that elemental damages do more damage to them. It has to be doing some weird thing like that behind the scenes, but hey, it's still really cool. I really wish I knew what it was doing to them, but to the enemies to make them put more damage. Now the third ability in the day form is called Provoke, and actually it increases your allies' overall power strength by a certain percentage, which is determined by your power strength. Now I believe the maximum of that is 50%, but you can get that to go higher with augments for the ability. I forget what standard kits you get the augments from. But I mean, you can just go to the standard kits and look at them and figure it out for yourself. It's not really that hard to figure out all that. Her fourth ability is called Maim, which basically it sends out an aurora that has a certain range. From a base range at max, it's like 25 meters or something. It's pretty big, but you do want a lot of range, so that basically you can catch everything in it. If you wanted to go that route, but it's pretty nice. But basically it has a slash effect over time on things, and when you first use it, or when things first get caught in it, because it keeps on continuing as long as possible, it will have a slash dot effect on the enemy, and it will stun them when they first get affected by it, which is really cool and really helpful. But the main reason that's awesome is because it will also build up 75% of the enemy's health that die within your range. So as like you can see here, I have a 40 meter range, I believe. I have like almost max range. I'm not sure if it's max range. But everything that's being caught in it is adding up to my multiplier. And it's 163,000 right now, which is insane. And basically you pop it and everything dies. It's amazing. But I would show you guys Provoke and stuff, but my my Equinox is a little bit backwards, because I'm basically using a night and day form, but if people look at my build, they would expect me to be using it in night. So it's a little bit backwards. So basically my 2 and 3 abilities are practically useless because of that, but I didn't build it for that. I'll show you guys what I build in another video, of course. But and now in night form, you also get certain buffs when you switch to Metamorphosis, which is really cool. But your second ability in your night form is called Rest. Basically, it puts everything to sleep that you hit it with, and they can't really do anything because of course they're in sleep, but there is an augment that whenever you hit them, it will spread to enemies within 5 meters for the rest of the duration of the ability. It's really helpful, and basically you can get it to spread all over if you have really high duration. It basically locks down everything and turns into a whole big like CC machine. The third ability is called Pacify, which it causes enemies to do less damage to you and your allies that are within your aurora. And that can be pretty big. I think with max range you can get up to be 112 meters, I think. It's like something insane. But I think normally it's like 30 or 40 or something. It's maybe even 50. But it's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's nothing like, it's only like 20 meters. It's kind of useless. Nah, it's awesome. And of course, then Equinox's fourth ability in her night form is called Mend, and it basically works the same exact way as in the day form, which pretty much they're all the same thing, just doing the opposite. But basically, instead of dealing damage to the enemies, it actually soars up for healing allies and yourself. So Equinox is pretty squishy, so that comes in handy a lot. Like, a lot. It comes in handy a lot. Like, I can't even think of one situation where it probably wouldn't come in handy. But, yeah. Or at least where you're fighting a lot of enemies. And that's... Now, the way I think about Equinox is... she's an amazing frame. It's really cool. I love all of her abilities. It's really cool how you can decide to go with one or try to switch with both. There's just so much versatility with this frame. It's not like somewhere it's like, well, if you don't build it this way, it's kind of crappy and it doesn't really work all that well. You know, kind of like Ember, if you don't build her for World on Fire, it's kind of like you're not really getting anywhere. And it's mainly just because of her other abilities don't really work that well on their own, like without World on Fire. So that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts and feelings on Equinox. I think she's a really cool frame. I think we need a little more. I think we need older frames to be updated that synergize better, like Equinox. Not like switching forms or anything, but better synergy. Alright, well, see you guys in the next video. Bye!